Hi stock investors, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, as you can see, we've got some significant news here about Palantir. Microsoft Palantir team up to sell AI to defense intelligence agencies. There's actually another news item as well from Palantir, another deal, and we'll have a look at a video from co-founder of Palantir as well that was on news today, talking a little bit about Palantir and AI. But first, let's get into this news. Microsoft and Palantir Technologies Incorporated are combining their government cloud computing and artificial intelligence tools in a bid to sell software, including OpenAI's GPT-4 to US defense and intelligence agencies for top secret tasks. This is from Bloomberg reporting here. And they had a press release on their investor relations as well. Palantir did. As part of the agreement, Palantir will integrate its products with Microsoft's Azure cloud services for government customers, including tools meant for confidential use, and will adopt Microsoft's Azure. So this is about the government side, not the commercial side. The commercial side is growing more, but this is still significant news. OpenAI service inside Azure, OpenAI service inside these secretive clouds. The combination of products will let US defense workers handle tasks like logistics, contracting, and action planning, the two companies said Thursday in a statement. Now, this has sent the stock price up. We'll just have a look at that, see where it's at today. As I speak right now, after the markets closed, it was up 11.25% today. So they had good earnings that came out recently. And the last 5 days, it's up nearly 19% over the past month, only 5.7% because there was a dip there, but earnings were better than expected, as I've reported on before on this channel. And that's the significant news, really. We'll just go down to the bottom here. The two companies said they will offer boot camp sessions. Palantir's preferred approach to selling the products for the defense and intelligence communities to try these new combined technologies. All right, let's move on here. This is the other news, the significant deal here. Wendy's QSCC partners with Palantir to digitize supply chain and implement AI. So, of course, this is the commercial side. This is the kind of thing that's happening with Palantir right now. And how big is this deal? Let's see if we can get information on this. Is a few days ago, but this article is from today. Wendy's Quality Supply Chain Co-op, that's QSCC, has partnered with Palantir Technologies to enhance its digital transformation and adopt AI for operational decision making. So this is significant here. Wendy's, a big operation, obviously, these fast food chains in the US, big operations. The collaboration will focus on creating an integrated supply chain network, automating workflows, and establishing a connected ecosystem involving suppliers and distributors and restaurants. I think this is the kind of deal that's going to be that with Palantir as it grows, is going to be more and more to help companies be more efficient, use AI. And the video clip that I'm going to show soon talks about that. Talks about how AI in the economy, is it going slow, fast? What's actually happening with it? Palantir is on the forefront of integrating AI into the, really, you could say, the broader economy with deals like this. The initial phase of this digital transformation will see Wendy's adopting Palantir's artificial intelligence platform. This move is expected to improve the scale and speed of decision making by integrating various data sources, which, of course, what it can do. Together with Palantir, we're unlocking the inherent power of supply chain ecosystem to drive new compelling sales and operation efficiency. So we get the picture there. So Palantir going in. The boot camps help to show what the company is obviously, what Palantir can do for the company. And it's obviously taking hold with some pretty significant growth there. Now, the valuation of the stock is another matter because I won't get into that today. We're just going to have a look at this clip now with the co-founder, Joe Lonsdale, who I understand doesn't have anything to do with the company now. But he's still a supporter. He was a co-founder, and he's talking about AI in the economy. He's involved in other projects these days. But before that, if you're liking this video, if you're getting value out of this video so far, this episode, do smash that like button to help the YouTube algorithm to find this channel. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let's go. Let's see what they've got, what Joe Lonsdale's got to say here.
Joining us on this week's Tech Volatility and the 2024 race for the White House, Joe Lonsdale is here, Palantir co-founder and founding partner, of course, of 8VC and so many other things. It's nice to see you, Joe. We've had a heck of a week in the markets. I know you play in the private markets, but all these things are interrelated, and I'm sort of curious just how you think our economy and which way our economy is moving at this point.
Well, you know, Andrew, it was fun to see the Palantir earnings right after 2 days of the markets all falling apart, kind of saying, by the way, guys, this AI stuff's actually working. We're actually growing really fast, and it felt like it turned things around a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. If we go back, we just see the indices over the past, I don't know, over the month first, let's see that, you know, see this big down movement here, a sudden, shocking, very fast, horrific downturn. People thought it might continue, but today it's taken a jump up again. One of the biggest days of the NASDAQ since November 2022, I believe, today. But what we can say is it's massive volatility. All right, let's get back to Joe.
I mean, listen, I think a lot of the volatility this week was tied to things like Japanese banks, which obviously are an important part of the global economy. But, you know, the story here in the U.S. is that our companies are working, our innovation economy is growing really quickly. So we may be facing some macro headwinds, but the AI stuff's real.
Well, so that was the question. Palantir has made this work. The question is that idiosyncratic, which is to say, is there something special going on at Palantir that may not be going on across the industry? Or do you think that there actually is more meaningful legs to this? You saw the Goldman Sachs report probably in the past week where they suggested maybe actually that we're not going to get the kind of sort of growth gains out of AI, at least immediately, than some people had anticipated.
Yeah, I don't think this is happening immediately. I think if you talk to people like Sam Altman and OpenAI and others, it's like we've in a sense we've failed so far because it's not impacting the entire economy right away. Now that said, you know, the services industry in the U.S. is about $4.5 trillion in wages. Probably about a third of that can be addressed and be made more productive with AI and higher productivity. So it makes all of us wealthier. We're seeing things like in healthcare billing, logistics billing, the back end, you know, TPA processes and insurance. We're seeing this in private companies get to be a lot more productive. We're tripling, quadrupling the productivity.
I mean, we just saw that with Wendy's, this deal with Wendy's to help drive efficiency there. So that's real productivity gains or, you know, real efficiency in companies that will happen pretty soon, but it's only just happening. I mean, people are expecting AI just to suddenly transform the economy, but it is, in my opinion, it's going to take years. It will happen. Palantir is definitely on the forefront of making this happen, but it is going to take to filter through. It's a big economy. You know, to change big companies like this it's not fast, but Palantir is definitely helping with that. Palantir is on the forefront of that, you'd have to say, but you know, it's going to take some time, just like the internet did with the dot-com bubble rise. There was expectations got brought way forward there, and fiber had to get laid, and there was too much fiber laid. It did get soaked up eventually, but all these things got brought forward, and that could be what's happening with AI here. The expectations, the Gartner hype cycle, inflated expectations, followed by, you know, a depression. I don't know if that's going to happen, but a plateau of productivity is what we need, and Palantir is definitely, you know, rolling out their products pretty much at the forefront. And with that deal with Microsoft as well, that could accelerate things.
That's not going to happen where it scales out to the whole economy overnight. But listen, if we're back here and it's 2027, 2028, and we're not seeing that in productivity statistics, I'll be really surprised.
What about things like Apple? You know, we watched Warren Buffett, you know, get out of half of his position effectively in the company. But more importantly, the question becomes, does a company like that have a sort of massive supercycle upgrade this fall? Or is that something that you think ends up ultimately getting pushed out farther in terms of something that is truly game-changing?
You know, there's lots of really cool stuff we could do with consumers and AI. I use these little things all the time to ask them questions. It's really helpful to figure out what's going on in the world, to draw pictures with your kids. Does this change Apple's business in the next year? Probably not. Apple's facing really strong headwinds from a lot of new Chinese competitors. It's not clear to me the new phones are, you know, nearly as good relative to the old phones versus what we saw 10 years ago. So they may have a little bit of a tougher time.
Yeah, I think that's true. Phones aren't getting massively better. I mean, I remember when the first iPhone came out, there was a massive change and a lot of excitement, but it definitely slowed down. Apple's got a lot of competition with phones even, and so we'll have to see what happens there. But we're getting off Palantir here. That's another subject. So that's what he has to say about Palantir. Palantir is definitely helping roll out. Now, let me tell you about two things. I have partnered with ShareSite here as an affiliate to bring my community, my viewers, a special offer here. This is the landing page. ShareSite is a portfolio tracker and reporting tool. I highly recommend it. I use it myself. I wouldn't recommend anything that I don't use myself. I don't recommend many things. And so I'll put a link in the description to this if you want to go and check that out, check the offer out. I can't promise this offer is going to be there for a long time, but this page has got a lot of information that you can see what it's about. There's a video here, a short video to see what it is, where you can swap. And this is the deal here. Until you can swap your spreadsheet if you use that. Now, if you have different brokers, you can bring all your trades into one place and visualize your portfolio and the true performance of your portfolio. It helps with tax reporting. All right, I won't say too much more about that. Just go to that page if you want to. It's a link in the description to that ShareSite. It's a great tracking and reporting tool. You can sign up for free and take up the offer if you want to as well. To a premium plan. It's a pretty good offer, I think. The other thing that I mentioned, now over on Patreon, I'm building up here videos, exclusive videos for Patreon members, which at the moment costs $5 a month. You can also join for free to see ad-free videos over there, ad-free public videos, but also have these weekly investing updates, which, as you can see, I've been doing for 28 weeks now, and also started the stock analysis secret source course, done 6 of them so far, starting right from the beginning. I'm going to be building those up. So if you go there and binge watch all that, even for a month, if you just join for a month, you get quite a lot of value out of that. I think it's building up there. So those are the things right on screen now. I'm going to put a link to a video that YouTube thinks that you should watch next. It might be one of mine, it might not. And also link to subscribe here. It's a relatively new channel, so do subscribe and follow along to news like you saw today. Thanks for watching me, and I'll see you in the next one.